Hello everyone, so this is going to be a slightly different, well not really a slightly different video, but this is just something, unique. So, a lot of people are doing phones they've used videos throughout the years, so, and I like that idea, so I decided this would be like a fun little video for me to do. So, for some clarification, all of the devices at the top are devices that I've made for an extended period of time. I used them as main devices. Some of them had my SIM card. Some of my earlier ones I obviously didn't have service during that time, so I just used them as like iPods or whatever. And then these bottom devices are notable secondary devices. Let's just say that. Ones that were more important. I might have had other secondary devices that I don't really remember using, but these are ones that are important. Let's just put it that way. So let's start from the beginning. So the first ever phone that was technically mine was an iPhone 4. I got this in February of 2014 from my aunt when we went down to Florida because she used to buy and resell phones, but she doesn't do that anymore, sadly. This was a really cool thing for me at the time because I was fairly young at the time. I think I was just going into middle school when I got this, about to be going into middle school. But yeah, this is a nice thing. I think it was a 16 gigabyte white, and I did crack the back at some point, and I swapped it with a black one because that's what I had at the time. But yeah, this is very notable, very nostalgic. I used to remember playing like Minecraft Pocket Edition on this thing. Very nice. I'll go over the secondary devices after the main devices, but yeah, I used that. And then for Christmas of 2014, or early 2015, whatever you want to call it, I got this iPod Touch 5th Gen to replace this, just because I don't know. But, I'd say this is somewhat of an upgrade, but yeah, this has this weird case on it. Also, this is the exact iPhone 4 I had, and this is the exact iPod I had. I think every phone here is the exact phone I had except for this one, which I'll get into that in a minute. But, yeah, I had this. I used this for about 6 months. And it being an iPod and all, it had a terrible battery because these things have really small, crappy batteries. But this is a product red 16 gig. It still works, I think. Oh, it doesn't matter what iOS version, except for one of them, which I'll get into in a minute. But, yeah, this thing just wasn't that great. It was okay, but it was not anything special. So at this point, these two I used them as iPods, basically, because I didn't have service at the time. So I finally got a phone with service, and the first phone I got with service, I got this in, I believe, July of 2015. This is an iPhone 5S. It was a 16 gigabyte silver, just like this. This is not the exact iPhone 5S that I had. But, yeah, I was really happy to get that at the time. I wanted to get an iPhone 6, which was the newest at the time, but that was too expensive, so we just got the 5S instead. And I was very happy with it, because it was still a very good phone when I had it. It was on iOS 8 when I had it, and that was really nice. This phone was also pretty good. I liked it, but for some reason, mine just didn't have a good battery. We even got it replaced. We got it replaced like 3 times because I used it for about a year, and then when I got my new phone, which was this, I gave it to my father, and he used it for a great number of years, and he had to get the battery replaced several times. But yeah, I used this for a year until July of 2016 when I got this. This is an iPhone 6S Gold 16 gigabyte. Yeah, I think I already mentioned that was 16 gigabytes. All of these were 16 gigabytes. But yeah, when I got this was the newest iPhone at the time, which I was really happy about. But out of all these, this is probably one of my least favorite phones I ever used, just because, this specific one is still on iOS 9. I never updated it, which is something I do fairly regret doing, because iOS 9 is just terrible, and especially on the 6S, it's just awful because it was just so slow and buggy and laggy, and the battery life sucked on this thing. I wasn't really a fan of this phone. I didn't really like it that much, and I just didn't like it. And I used this for about a year, and then I got this. So basically, the iPhone 7 came out a few months after this, and it didn't have a headphone jack and some other things. I'm like, And at that point in my life, I was starting to not like Apple products for whatever reason. I think the iPhone 7 was the main reason, but there was probably some other reasons too. But I didn't like iPhones anymore. And I'm like, oh, the iPhone 7 sucks, screw this. I like Samsung phones. I've been using those, or Androids, before that anyway. So I'm like, screw this, I'm going to get a Samsung. And I did. And I got a Samsung Galaxy S8. And this is probably one of my favorite things I've used out of all of my main phones up until this point. I don't know, this is a very nostalgic phone. This was a very good phone. It was very good throughout the years. Oh, it does not have a SIM card slot anymore. That's not good. But yeah, I used this phone for like 2.5 years. I got this July 2015, July 26, July 2017. I got this in 2017. This was the newest Galaxy S device when I got it at the time. So that was also cool. And I used this up until, I believe it was like, actually maybe it was more like 2 years. It was like a little over 2 years I used this. But around like September of last year, 2019, I got, not last year, the year before, that's just turned 2021, so it's still confusing. Obviously, 64 gigabytes, orangey gray. Since I was using this for so long, I was starting to get kind of bored of it, but I still like the phone. So I'm like, oh, I kind of want to get something different. And so I bought this Galaxy S8 Plus off of Deja. I think I gave him like $100 and a messed up 6 Plus for this. Yeah, I just, obviously not a huge upgrade, but I just wanted something new and slightly better because I like bigger phones. So yeah, I don't think any of these are on, obviously, but we'll get into that. But yeah, this thing works fine. He said it had a bad battery. This thing had fairly good battery life from my experience, so I didn't have any issues with it. I didn't use this one for that long. I used this from like September to like December 2019. It was a nice phone, not really anything too notable with it, not a huge upgrade from the S8. But for Christmas 2019, I got an iPhone XR, which is the unboxing video. It's the most viewed video on my channel. We got it off of Amazon refurbished, but this is a product red 64 gigabyte XR unlocked, and there's stuff, so okay. This one's on. This is my main phone right now, but we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, I really like this phone. It's really nice. Yeah, it was a significant upgrade, because I think my best iPhone, it was this, which we'll get into later. There's a lot of stuff I gotta say. But, yeah, it was the best iPhone I had at the time. And I'm grateful for it, because I don't know, I like the XR a lot. I don't know why, it's just somewhat nostalgic, because I'm like, oh, it's kind of a cool concept when I got it. Because it reminded me of the 5C, and I like the 5C a lot. Then, summer, I think, July. It seems like I get a lot of new phones in July. July of this year, or no, last year, God. I also made a video about this. I got this iPhone XS. Now, this one I got off of Mercari. Okay, I'll just say where I got everything after where I'm done covering this. But yeah, I got this iPhone XS for $350. It just has a shattered back, which, yeah, I'm not really a fan of now. But yeah, it works totally fine. I used this throughout the summer pretty much. I think I used this from like July to September, and then I'm like, I got bored of this phone really fast. I'm like, I'm just going to go back to the XR, which is what I'm still using to this day. But yeah, I don't really care for the XS all that much. I mean, it's nice and all. I regret buying it though, the one I specifically bought, because I mean, if it didn't have a cracked back, it'd be like, oh, okay, but it does, so that kind of ruins it for me slightly. But I don't know, I kind of wish I just got a XS Max, because I feel like I would like that better, because I'm not really a fan of smaller phones at this point. I want larger phones. So, yeah, I'm not really happy about this. And an honorable mention that I actually wanted to include in this video, but I didn't have any other phones that were charged at the moment to record this, so I'm actually recording on it right now. I got a Pixel 4 XL. I never made a video on it yet. I do plan on making a video on it soon with some other stuff that I got. But yeah, it just has a shatter. I bought it for like $80 off of Mercari. You'll see more details about it in the video, obviously. But it just has a shattered screen as Google Lock. I bypassed it, so I'm going to replace the screen and I'm going to main it. But yeah, I really like this phone. It's nice. I'm definitely going to main it when I fix the screen. I will be turning to Android. I don't really have a preference between Android and iOS. I just use whatever I feel like using. I kind of just swap phones now. It's not really solid. This got for my aunt for free. This got for Christmas. This bought it at the Verizon store. Bought this at the Verizon store. Bought this at the Verizon store. Bought this off of Deja for money in the 6 Plus. Got this off of Amazon, I think I already said, and Mercari. All right, now on to backup devices or secondary devices that I had. So I was using the iPhone 4. I definitely remember that. I think this was summer 2014. I really wanted an iPod Touch 4th generation because this is not the exact iPod, for reference. But I really wanted an iPod Touch 4th gen because like all my friends had one. And I'm like, oh, these things are really cool. So I wanted to buy one. So I did. I bought I think it was a black 16 gigabyte one for $100. Came with a speaker too. It was not a white one. It was a black one. I don't have a good condition black one, so I'm just showing this one, and plus this one's charged because this is the one I just found in the phone bin like not that long ago. But yeah, I had that for I don't even know how long. I just ended up giving it away at some point to someone. I kind of regret doing that, but oh well, that was several years ago. But yeah, on that one though, I did crack the screen slightly. There's like one crack went like that because I dropped it from like an inch. I'm not even joking because I just got bored. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna do that, and it actually like cracked right there. But I really like the iPod Touch 4th gen. It's very nostalgic. But yeah, I just gave the other one away. That's not the exact one. And this is the next oldest notable device that I remember using. This is a Moto E 2nd generation, and it has a black band just because I felt like doing it. I bought this brand new from Target. I think this is before I even knew about the phone bins, I'm pretty sure. I don't know for sure, though. I don't remember exact when I bought this. But I bought this brand new at Target for $40, and I just use this as like a music device or a media device. This is a 8 gigabyte. This is a really cool, nice little phone. I like it. This is also fairly nostalgic. And then here's this Moto E4, which I bought this at Walmart brand new for $40. I got this in August 2017. That I remember because I got it. Actually, it was like very early September because I bought it like right before I went back to school. But I think I got this like, I don't know, 2015, 16. I might have just discovered the Target bin. I don't know the exact time I got this. But yeah, I got this 2017. This basically just replaced that. This was a music device, media device. I really liked this phone. This was a really good budget phone for the time because it had a fingerprint scanner for $40. And this was 2017, keep in mind. I know now every budget phone has a fingerprint scanner, but this was a big deal back in the day. But yeah, this was a good phone. Only thing is the camera sucked. But yeah, this had 16 gigs of storage. All right, and here is this. Next up is this iPhone 8. I got this from Tech Centers. I never made a video on that trade, which is kind of stupid because I got a lot of stuff. But yeah, this was my best. I got this we did the trade in summer of 2019. This was cracked. It's unlocked. Product red. It's missing a bunch of parts. I still used it though because it was my best iPhone. But yeah, this doesn't really work anymore. So basically, long story short, I had this demolished iPhone 8. And I wanted to. I don't know the exact story. No, I think I know what we did. We were trying to test out to see if it worked or not. And we also tried to replace the screen. What it turned out, we used an iPhone 7 screen, and just the screen didn't work. I'm not really sure, and so I just had to put the old screen back on there. But this was all because we tried to replace the screen. But basically, what happened is, let me think. Yeah, we tried to replace the battery on this. So we put the battery that was in this one in the demolished iPhone 8, and it did nothing. So we're like, okay, so we put the battery back in this. Well, that basically screwed this phone completely. Like, I don't know how, but I think it was like a really smashed, destroyed iPhone 8. So I don't know if that jacked up the battery somehow and that jacked up the motherboard. But basically, well, it might just be the battery. This battery cannot hold a charge at all, which I'm not sure that's the case. But this phone will just get stuck on the Apple. It'll just boot loop on the Apple logo now. Even when it's plugged in constantly, it just will not boot up to the Apple logo. And I ended up trading this to someone, and they replaced the battery, and that still didn't fix it. So I have no clue what the issue is now. Maybe it's the screen, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe the battery is shit now, and the screen is also bad. But I really want to get this working again, and I want to put the parts in, because I really like this iPhone 8 on 64 gig unlocked. Canadian, actually. But yeah, I really like this iPhone 8. So if anyone knows what might be the issue, I'd appreciate it if you left like some comments or something of suggestions. I did try to plug it into my MacBook, and that did nothing. So yeah, but if anyone has any suggestions, I'd appreciate it if someone could maybe help me with that. Next up is this Galaxy S9. Now, these are real backup devices at this point. And, then, when I got the 10R, I basically just used the S8 Plus as a backup device. But that changed when I got this S9. I got this in April. I think it was March of 2020. I think I paid like $180 for this. Yeah, I got that in a trade. Bought that for $40. Bought that for $40. Got that for $100 off of eBay. But yeah, I really like this phone a lot. This is one of my more favorite phones, and I think it's dead, but I can just turn it on. I used this up until like October of last year. So I used this for a solid amount of months. I still do use this sometimes for certain things, but yeah, this is my current backup device. This is technically more like my main phone now, because I don't leave the house much, obviously, because of COVID. But this is my Galaxy S9 Plus. I use this constantly, and you're probably wondering, where the hell did you get this thing from? Well, I did 2 trades with Cal's Tech on Instagram, and I never made a video about it. I got not a jet black, a matte black iPhone 7 Plus that was cracked, and this S9 Plus in 2 separate trades. And those trades were several months ago, so I think the ship has basically sailed to make a video on those at this point. But yeah, I got a 7 Plus and an S9 Plus. But yeah, I've been using this since, and I really like this phone. Although I would like to get a newer Samsung. I want to get like an S10 or S10 Plus or something to replace this, because I mean it's starting to show its age, and it's still kind of cool. But I just want to get something newer, or at least Samsung-wise, and that will probably replace that. But yeah, this is going to be the longest video I've made in a long time. I kind of want to make a phone collection video, because at the start of a new year, I kind of just want to do that. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'll attempt to do that maybe at some point. But yeah, I just thought this would be kind of a cool little video, just showing you all the devices that I actually use or have used in the past, because I have a lot of phones. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. There is one phone that I forgot to include, that I really want to include, actually. This is my S6 Edge Plus, this is a 32 gigabyte, actually. This is my S6 Edge Plus Gold. I got this in early 2018. I bought it off of a friend for $40, which I got a good deal at the time. Yeah, this was technically my backup device for a while. I used this a lot, actually. But now it's kind of unusable, and I'll show you why. Come on, if I can get it off. But the battery is extremely bloated on this thing now, and this thing just cannot hold a charge anymore. And the back's even popping off there, you can see, because that's how expanded it's gotten. But I will be replacing the back glass and battery on this, and hopefully this can be usable again, because I really want to fix this phone, because it's very nostalgic, and I like this phone a lot. But yeah, this was actually technically my main backup device since like 2018 to like probably like, I don't even know when. I used this for a significant amount of time, actually. I don't know how I forgot to include this, but yeah, I don't know exactly when I stopped using this. I think I just stopped using it really when the battery expanded. I might even just be able to pop the back glass off now. But yeah, I just thought it'd be a crime if I didn't include this phone in this video. So yeah, here it is. So yeah, this is the real end of the video now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed.